So we're going to call the meeting to order today. Dana is virtually, virtual, obviously. Pledge of allegiance, the flag is of destruction and the colors. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The mission statement, the Viroqua schools will nurture excellence, unlock potential, and ignite passion. We have Spotlight on Education, we have the high school, middle school musical, and we have FFA. Emily and Jackie, do you want to come forward first? There you are.
The kids can come on.
Well, would you mind introducing them?
They will introduce themselves.
They will introduce themselves. Come this way, over this direction. If you don't mind standing right in here because the meetings are recorded and that way people can see you. And voices, I'm sure you all have very marvelous voices that we'll be able to reach, but right in the center there. So go right ahead and introduce yourselves. And I know we have a couple of seniors as well. So if you're a senior, share that information too.
Do you want to say names or do we want to?
Guys, you're gonna have to be a little louder. Sorry.
Yeah, you have to be allowed.
My name is Kaylee and I play Dory in our school's production of Finding Nemo Jr. We are excited to perform for the elementary students on March 5th and for our community on March 6th and 7th. Being part of this production has already been an incredible experience for us. Tonight, we'd like to share why the performing arts are so important in our schools and why programs like this truly matter. I would like to begin by sharing that the arts are not just an extra activity. They are essential for emotional health and well-being. Producing a show brings together many different types of learners. Dancers move, actors bring characters to life, and artists design sets, props, and costumes. Students who might not always feel confident in traditional classrooms often discover new strengths in theater. Every student has a place to shine and contribute in a meaningful way. And as we grow in these roles, we begin to see personal growth in ourselves as well.
Hi, I'm Noah and I play Crush. Musical theater also builds self-confidence in ways that are hard to measure but easy to see. During rehearsals and performances, we learn to take creative risks and trust ourselves. We strengthen literacy skills by reading scripts carefully, memorizing lines, analyzing characters, and taking notes to improve. These are skills that help us succeed, not just in English class, but in every subject. Along with confidence and literacy, theater helps us become stronger communicators.
Hi, I'm Eli, and I play Bruce and Gil. Theater improves communication every single day. We learn to clearly express ideas, ask thoughtful questions, accept feedback, and listen carefully to direction. It also builds imagination and creativity. Together, we create an entire world on stage, making choices that bring our characters and story to life. These experiences help us become stronger collaborators and more confident speakers, and they teach us to better understand one another.
Hello, my name is Eve and I am the student director. Acting teaches us empathy by stepping into someone else's shoes and understanding different perspectives. Theater also strengthens critical thinking and problem solving. Whether we're figuring out how to make a scene smoother, transition smoother, adjusting staging so everyone can be seen, or helping each other remember lines, we constantly work together to find creative solutions. All of this requires commitment, responsibility, and care for one another.
Hi, my name is Olivia and I play Nemo. Being a part of the production teaches self-discipline and accountability. We commit to rehearsals, learn choreography and lines on schedule, and support one another so that the whole show succeeds. Theater is true teamwork. Every role matters, whether on stage or behind the scenes. And lessons we learn reach far beyond the stage into our classrooms and school community.
Good evening, I'm Emma. I'm a senior and I'm the assistant director. Theater strengthens our entire school community. This production includes over 45 students in grades 6 through 12, all working and learning together. Older students serve as role models, guiding younger cast members, and everyone contributes to creating a supportive and creative environment. Through this program, we build leadership, responsibility, collaboration, and confidence, skills that help us both succeed on stage and in life.
Good evening, my name is Ashton Burke and I play Marlon. Programs like this only continue when they are valued and supported. We respectfully ask that you continue to champion and protect performing arts opportunities in our schools so that future students can experience the same growth we are experiencing now. We would also like to take a moment to thank some of the organizations that help make our production possible. Thank you to Culver's for hosting a community share night in support of our show, to Thrivent for providing us funds we use towards fundraising with a snack bar night and hosting an elementary teacher's lunch, and to Quick Trip for sponsoring our cast pizza party. Their generosity helps us bring theaters to life and support students who are growing through this experience. We also invite you to join us at one of our performances of Finding Nemo Jr. on March 6th and 7th. Your presence in the audience means so much to us all, and we can't wait to share the creativity, teamwork, and the joy of theater with you firsthand. Thank you again for your time, your leadership, and your continued support.
Does anybody have any questions for this amazing group of
I don't have any
people?
questions, but I want to thank Emily for pushing forward and including high school kids now and moving middle school to high school and having this opportunity for our students because I do agree that performing arts have a wealth of things to offer students. So I appreciate that and I appreciate her pulling her mom into help.
Thank you, Kim.
Well said, yeah.
We are all very excited about the production that you guys are going to perform. It sounds very fun. Obviously, it suits every family, every age group, and you all spoke beautifully. And so thank you for that. We also know that it takes a tremendous amount of time to do what you're doing. And you're all very busy people in a lot of different ways. So we want to thank you for participating and hopefully bringing a lot of people in the next age groups out to learn from you because you're great role models. So thank you. And we look forward to the performance. Is there any more fundraising that's necessary? Are you guys all caught up on what you need financially?
We will take.
And then I'm going to ask, how would one contribute to this wonderful organization and play?
There's a variety. Sorry, no, I really don't. There's a fundraiser going on right now that students have school funder out, but we're also accepting donations, checks, whatever, to any member of the cast. We'll collect that, so.
Okay.
So do you want somebody to come see you later?
Good idea. Someone reached out perhaps even to any of them.
That will happen.
And anyone that would be listening to this amazing message tonight that would like to contribute, could they also go to that fundraising
Yes.
site?
Yes, so school funder.
School funder. Okay. Is this all on Facebook too and not all of our social media? Because I know I haven't seen it yet, but,
It's been on social media a little bit, the big push is coming,
okay,
because we're still a couple weeks out from the show, so.
okay,
You'll start seeing-
Advertising for the show has been, not to donate.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
don't know if we can.
Well, on
Not in the
Facebook,
school
on
website.
Facebook, I mean, I know on that, which is an older person's social media venue. I haven't seen anything yet, but I may have missed it.
Yes.
Pushing it a little bit out
Yep.
there. weren't we?
Yep.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments? So, thank you. Thank you all very much. And you may stay or you may go. We've
been at rehearsals for a long time.
Thank you. FFA is next. Olivia, do you want to bring your thing forward? All right, come forward once again. If you could all stand here and face forward and project your voices, we would appreciate it.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Keegan Boardman, and I am a senior this year, and am currently serving as the Viroqua FFA chapter president. Thank you for allowing my officer team to come in and speak to you on all our chapter has been involved in throughout the past year. Start, I would like my officer team to introduce themselves.
My name is Bree Mishniak. I'm a senior this year, and I'm the vice president this year.
My name's Maddie Keenan. I'm a sophomore this year and I'm the secretary.
I'm Alex Salverson. I'm a junior and I'm the treasurer.
I'm Tanner Schwem. I'm a senior and I'm the reporter.
This past year has been one for the record books. We are excited to see the continued growth of our chapter and continue to add, grow, and expand for the future. My officer team is going to go through a few highlights from the past year, and we will open it to any questions at the end.
Over the past year, we have seen exceptional growth within our chapter. For the past 10 years, our chapter has averaged about 62 members a year. This year, we are thrilled to see a 57% increase in membership to 96 members and counting for the 25-26 school year.
Additionally, we continue to see increased attendance at meetings, conventions, conferences, and contests. One to note is the increased participation in LDEs, which are leadership development events. These are contests we all have a focus on students' ability to grow their speaking, communication, and confidence. This year, we have seen a 25% increase in this area, and of the 20 participants that competed at the district level, 19 will advance to the sectional competition because they placed first or second in their respective competition area.
With the increased membership and participation, we see students actively building their SAE programs or their supervised agriculture experiences, which are hands-on jobs students have after school hours. These SAEs can relate to many different award areas, including proficiency awards. This is an extensive 25-page application that explains their financial investments, hours worked, skills gains, and goals achieved. In the 2024 to 2025 school year, we have 4 applications submitted with 1 state finalist, 2 gold ranks, and 1 silver rank. As of today, we have actively submitted 7 applications to the state level and will await their results in March.
Additional statistical highlights include the growing attendance of middle school and high school students enrolled in agricultural courses, with a 10% increase this year alone. We continue to motivate our seniors and graduated members to apply for their state and American FFA degrees. This year, we expect 5 members to apply for their state FFA degree, which is a 150% increase compared to 2025. And Andrew Salverson has been approved to receive his American FFA degree in October, which only 1% of FFA members nationwide are awarded.
At the chapter level, we continue to add, create, and inspire members to try new things. This past year, we started a Food for America Day, where we educated over 450 elementary students about the importance of where their food comes from. Additionally, this past weekend, we hosted Donkey Basketball, where 427 community members showed up and supported our chapter. Finally, we are developing more community-driven focus. This year alone, we have completed 7 community service projects. Projects include making treats and toys for local humane shelters, creating flower arrangements for nursing homes, donating fruit to our local food pantries, landscaping at the Bigley Park, and packing meals for children, to name a few.
To top off these amazing achievements, Viroqua FFA has a continued presence at the state and national levels. Highlights from this past year include Tessa Bolden being named the state runner-up in the middle school essay contest, Keegan Boardman placing 4th in the state with his agricultural sales proficiency, and Andrew Salverson being named the Section 3 winner in the diversified crop production proficiency area.
Viroqua FFA is also becoming a competitive force in LDE and CDE contest areas. Within the past year, our middle school quiz bowl team won the sectional competition and competed at state. And the marketing plan team, consisting of Bree, Tanner, and myself, won the state contest and was able to compete at the National FFA Convention this past October. We were ranked silver and represented not only Viroqua but Wisconsin.
These are just the big highlights from this year. There are so many additional things our chapter has achieved and done in the last year. Other highlights include record-breaking fruit, cheese, and nut fundraising, record-breaking plant sale, 2 state FFA degrees, many district and regional top 5 placements, 40% of our chapter growth through 7th and 8th grade engagement, and continuing to develop new community-focused events to allow all to experience what FFA has to offer.
Our year is just getting started, as spring is truly our busy season. Within the next 3 months, we will complete the following: We'll celebrate National FFA Week, which is next week, which includes our first annual Community Pancake Supper next Tuesday. Compete at the sectional LDE contest and regional and state CDE contests. Celebrate Viroqua FFA Week in March. Work with elementary and middle school students for our Growing Food for America Day. Send 9 middle school members to a leadership conference. Fill out many award applications. Attend our annual spring business and industry tour in Iowa. Host our 97th annual chapter banquet on April 19th. Sell over 25,000 plants, which will be during Mother's Day weekend for our annual plant sale, and celebrate the achievements of our members at the Wisconsin State FFA Convention in June.
As you can see, our chapter is growing and thriving, and we can't wait to see what the rest of the year holds for our members. At this time, we would like to answer any questions that you may have.
Don't have any questions, but I gotta say, donkey basketball was great. I went to donkey basketball the last time we had it, which was, I don't know, 25 years ago, probably. Long time ago, and it was really fun. And also, thank you guys for all you do, and thank you to your advisor for keeping everything moving and going. You guys are a very busy group, which will bode you well when you leave Viroqua and go off to whatever life brings you after Viroqua.
When is your pancake supper?
I'll be down in the ag room this next Tuesday.
4 to 8 on Tuesday.
There's flyers at the too. You're gonna get anywhere in the mail.
Anyone else?
Where's your national convention right now? Is it?
Maybe that.
Nothing new that was back in the day, it was Kansas City.
I would like to thank Olivia. We had a very large high school senior graduating class, and that you have increased your number so significantly means that your fearless leader has done something very positive to want more and more people to be involved in your organization. And you all as leaders and as upperclassmen and women have also done a tremendous job to bring those younger students from middle school and younger students from our district to get involved in your organization. So thank you all for that. So, anything else? So anything that you guys are selling and, participating, please make sure you put it out in social media. Also on Facebook, where older people are engaged, so that people are more aware, not just in the venues that the younger people participate with information. I don't know if you guys do anything in other media areas, but anything that you can do to get your information out there, so more and more people will come and attend your events, because you guys are a really remarkable group of people. So, we wish you much success, and thank you for coming tonight.
Well, thank you guys.
All right, it's hard to beat that part of our meeting. And by the way, you may stay. That is your decision to make. I know you all have had very long days.
Thanks, guys.
The next committee reports, we have Tim for compensation.
Compensation had right before this meeting, and the entire meeting of compensation was in closed session.
Thank you for that. Do we have any public comment?
There was no public comment.
All right. Consent agenda. Motion to approve. We have approval of the agenda, proof of public notice, January meeting minutes, check summary 1 in the amount of $329,232.86. Retirements, resignations. We don't have retirements. We have resignations of Susan Brown, 4th grade teacher, and she's been with the district for 4 years. We do not have any appointments. We have the policy updates for the second reading that are presented on the agenda. And we also have the approval with 1 reading, and those are legal statutes. Those are those updates.
Move we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The next item, sorry, I have a little bit of cold, is check summary 2.
I move to approve check summary 2 in the amount of $538,876.84.
Second.
Second, any discussion? All in favor by saying aye.
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 Opposed? And I abstain. Item B, 2526 early retirement incentive. How about if we have Chris speak to this topic a little bit before we have a motion and a second?
Sure. At the compensation committee meeting, there were discussions about adjusting what was offered in December, what was approved in December by the board, in the hopes that it would result in an increase in the number of folks that were looking to take advantage of that. That's where that's at.
Jeremy, did you have anything additional to comment about that topic?
No, not at this time.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
I move to approve the 2025-26 early retirement incentive for eligible professional staff members as recommended by the compensation committee.
Any discussion? With that, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. The next item is the pupil non-discrimination report, item C.
I move to approve the 24-25 pupil non-discrimination report.
Is there a second? Second. Is there any discussion?
I appreciate the added information that comes in the report just for the things that aren't official reports, but when students have brought forth concerns to whoever they bring them forth to, and I appreciate the reporting of that, the transparency of that. All kids have difficulties in life, and to be able to help them and work through things, I appreciate all the work done on that.
Any other discussion or questions? I would also say that I like the information that's being presented in this report. There's additional information this year that hasn't been presented in the past, so I appreciate that as well. All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 9, information and discussion. We have donations over $100. Once again, we have an amazingly philanthropic community and most generous donations. The total is $14,376.28. We have Eric Salverson, $1,000 for food service lunch account donation. We have the Athletic Booster Club, $374 to girls basketball. Lions Club fundraiser, $442.26 to the girls hockey practice business box, $10,000 to the Rotary State Rec Room build, $2,310 to the girls basketball jerseys, and Good Shepherd Lutheran Church, $357.64 for the community dinner. So as always, we greatly appreciate all the contributions and all the hard work that has gone in to these individuals to support our school district and our students, as well as the Athletic Booster Club, who works so hard every year to raise dollars to support all of our athletic organizations. Jeremy, District Administrator Report, we have budget planning and WASB convention update.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would first start with budget planning and sharing that we are still looking at ways that we can make our $1.1 to $1.2 million in cuts for next year, because that's the deficit that we are facing. We're facing a $268,000 deficit this year. We are hopeful that with the adjustment in the retirement incentive, that we do have some other retirements to go along with the resignation that we have to be able to move staff internally and do as much as we can through attrition. What we have as far as open positions this year, we will first open internally in the hopes that we can move and and accommodate most of that through attrition. I anticipate with a new retirement deadline of March 6th, that will probably push back our announcement of what our 1, 3, and 5-year plan is as far as balancing our budget goes. But we've met with staff in several different scenarios, large groups, small groups, be able to get their input on what we can do to impact this deficit. Secondly, feedback from me from the Wisconsin Association of School Board Convention. I got to listen to Anne Marie Anderson, who is a correspondent with ESPN, talk about the process of her children becoming college athletes and what that looked like. And the pathway for one of them was very different than the pathway for the others. And she spoke about finding a place for every student and keeping that the focus of what we do. I went to a couple different sessions on the state of school finance and helping the board understand financial oversight and those obligations that you all have as far as how we spend our money. I went to one on using social media to build trust and advance the strategic goals of our school district. And we know as we're getting ready to talk about referendum again in the fall, that we need to be using all of the resources that we have to be honest and transparent with our stakeholders so that they know what we're faced with. And along the lines of our strategic plan, the last one that I went to was connecting students and employers and looking at those connections that we have in our community for our students.
Thank you, and thank you for all that you all are doing to work through the budget process and for attending the WASB convention. School is still going on and there's still work to be done and you're away, and I appreciate your willingness to lead our district in that capacity. Administrative reports, we have child fine process, Pat.
Yeah, I can speak to that quickly. It's a process,
It's a
fine.
process. It's a process. Thank you.
Sorry, I have to do that.
It's just like Finding Nemo, but you're finding juniors.
So yeah, our school age eligible students for next year, if they're turning 4, we're trying to find them, round them up. So the first step in that is applying, enrolling, then we send out a questionnaire, ages and stages questionnaire to see if there's any needs that need to be met. And then, we enroll for next school year. The biggest difference this year is we have a Montessori information night in January because the Montessori enrollment window is in February. But this year we did that information night in conjunction with the traditional 4K information the same night, so that there's some equity. We don't want it to ever be like, well, Montessori we have to have enrollment in February, and if you don't get in, or we'll enroll students in the traditional 4K later, it almost seems like, well, maybe you get the leftovers or however, we just don't want it to feel that way. I don't want that perception ever that one program's favored over the other. So it was the first time we've tried that, and there was a good turnout, and now it's just getting students to enroll. So we want to find every age eligible student in the area to enroll. They're slowly coming in. I think sometimes it is, especially for the traditional side, it's not, they're used to waiting until spring or maybe summer, or maybe even August to be like, oh yeah, my kid's 4, they can go to school. But this year, more so than ever, we'd love to get those numbers now, so that helps in planning for staffing. Most years we can wait, hope they come in and plan that way, have some backup plans. But this year, I feel like we really need to know those numbers in case our enrollment continues to go down. Maybe we look at doing some different things, staffing wise.
You look kind of enlarging your geographic area.
That's our plan this week is to get the word out, mostly through social media and other ways to promote, hey, 4K enrollment is open. The sooner we know those numbers, the better. But it's tricky because it's not even required that you attend 4K, and it's hard to track where every 4-year-old person might be in our area.
Has it assisted at all, having the childcare center, knowing some of the students that might be?
Oh, yeah, yep, that kind of does help feed in, hopefully, both through our early learning center and the children's house daycare and the other play groups that we have on Wednesdays. So we try to get the word out as much as we can.
Well, I don't know what it's like today. I do know that in the past, one of the nice things was for students to have perhaps a vision or hearing or, you know, so that they could get some assistance earlier.
Yeah. And that's part of that, but once they enroll, they get sent a questionnaire and can screen similar.
Sure.
Yes, it used to probably be in person.
Right, it
But
was.
And we still do an event like that, kind of an open house in April usually. Zeb Clark's usually starts up, I believe it's towards the end of April, but again, this year we'd love to get that earlier,
Sure.
the better.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you think with social media that helps us to get the word out, or is that just a group of people that might find information out in a different way?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll blast it out there as much as we can.
Sure. Any other questions? So thank you for that, and we look forward to, are there many students that typically sign up like in August? Is that,
There can be, yeah, kind
Can there be a
of
lot,
stretches, it kind of stretches into August sometimes, yeah,
Okay.
yep.
wasn't
It's
sure what
just-
typically
I think
happens?
sometimes when it's January, February, it's just not on
It's not on the
people's
radar.
radars. If they, especially if it's their first child coming into school, it's just like, oh, wait. That's not till August and September and then it's here, so.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Yep.
Summer school update, Krista?
Okay, if I speak from here.
You have to talk really, really, really loud. I think you have to come over here, I'm sorry. That's what you get for sitting in the back.
I'm not loud enough.
Like Chris spoke from there. He was front row.
Okay, summer school plans are underway. The dates are June 8th through July 2nd. We have met with teachers, like everything in our district right now, we're looking at summer school as a way to budget-wise, how we can provide the same great programming, great schedule, morning and afternoon sessions, but just looking at our staffing and ways that we can do that more efficiently. So there aren't any anticipated changes to what the day really looks like, but just maybe more internal changes of how we go about providing those services to our students. So we have the questionnaire or the information out to staff, and staff have applied, put in their interest for teaching morning or afternoon positions. And the next step is to kind of organize what they're proposing for classes and get the registration booklets ready for our community to look at and register their students at the mid to end March. March 23rd is the anticipated date. That information will go out. It'll be digital again for registration. We'll have paper copies available in the offices, but there were very few who utilized that last year, so the digital option ended up being quite efficient too.
Sure.
So it's underway. More to come. You'll hear monthly reports from now on. Any questions about that?
Well, you always do such a great job with summer school, so thank you. Programs are fabulous. The kids have a wonderful time as well as learn a lot, so thank you. And all of the things that you guys have added for opportunities for our kids really makes them excited to come and attend. So thank you. We look forward to hearing more. Conference realignment update. Jason?
Since everybody else came up, I'll come up.
You are back there too.
Just to give you an update, conference realignment. So last month we were here, we won our appeal 15-1. We did find out the athletic directors in the Cooley Conference are appealing our appeal. So on Thursday.
You mean your winning appeal?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted clarification.
Our 15-1 vote that we won, our conference ADs are appealing that. So they will go in front of the conference realignment committee this Thursday. And as long as our winning appeal stands, then it would go forward to the Board of Control. I think it's March 10th, would be the next deadline. So, but through their process, anytime a decision is made, schools affected can appeal it. So that's where we're at with that process. No problem.
So we're done with our appeal, but this is the last appeal?
Yes, this is the last step, and then it goes to the Board of Control in the 10th, I believe. So.
Would it be possible for you to send something out to us to let us know how that process moved?
Yeah.
I don't want to say forward, I don't know how it'll move, but how it was decided.
Yeah, we can update you on it.
Thank you.
And they do a good job of posting online too of all the different results. They're pretty transparent as far as their process goes through. So.
Will you be attending that?
We will not be. We participated in our appeal previously, so we do not have a role in this one.
Okay.
So.
Well, while you're up here, you also have winter activities and assemblies and celebrations.
Yes. So we, sports season are in the middle of playoffs. So we have, we had sectional wrestling occurred Saturday. Regional girls wrestling occurred Friday, and 2 of our girls will be moving on to sectionals for that. We have boys and girls hockey, both have playoff games this week on the road. Boys basketball, they'll find out in about a week where their playoffs go. They did have about a week and a half ago, they had a exciting come from behind double overtime game at home on a Friday night. Girls found out girls basketball will get a first round bye. So they'll be hosting the winner of the 5-12 game coming up next week. That was just decided yesterday. So it's hard to believe we're almost through winter sports at this point. Maybe it's not hard to believe for Dan, but it's hard to believe that we're at that point. So activities, I mean, you saw all the great drama kids and FFA kids. There's numerous things going on. We did have Cabin Fever Week last week too, which has all kinds of things to dress up days, food, drink. We had a hypnotist. We had activities off-site on Wednesday. Michelle Halverson and the FFA or the student council students do a great job organizing everything. They went to Jumpstart, they went tubing, there was a group that went to All Glazed Up, the pottery place over in La Crosse. So I think there was a variety of activities that we try to plan for different things. So pretty fast paced. We try to get something in each day. We didn't have to cancel school at all, so that was great. So everything can go off as much without a hitch as possible. So and a lot of that truly Cabin Fever Week and other things are a focus of building those relationships, especially to get the teachers out with the students in a kind of a different avenue of things. It's a great opportunity because we allow the teachers to kind of sign up for things that they're most interested in supervising, especially on another activity day too. So there's a few things going on in the high school. So at the same time, graduation's like 3 months away, so it's rough.
Goes by quick.
It does.
Any questions? Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it.
Can I add one?
What? Go
Can I
ahead.
add one?
Yes.
Nobody's busy Thursday night. We're playing for a conference championship.
Was that?
Yeah. Girls basketball team will be, defeats Arcadia, will share the conference. Oh, yeah, and Eli Shrunk scored her 1,000 point on Friday night.
As a sophomore.
Yeah, she's the 90th sophomore in the last decade.
It's only
in
our
the state.
second
Only our
student to
second.
have.
Wow, that's exciting.
She's our second. Right?
Yep.
Who's
Who's the first kid? Tracy Carter.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. All right, come this way.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Steve.
So for our winter activities for the middle school, we have a bunch. So the middle school girls basketball last home game is tonight. That's happening in the building as we speak. And there are 2 games left in that season. For middle school wrestling, they had an awesome season that was capped off by Eric Anderson. Got an opportunity, he had connections at UW-Madison somehow, to have the middle school wrestlers go and visit and participate in one of the wrestling practices at UW-Madison and talk with the athletes and coaches there, which was very cool. We had the math counts competition where we had Lennon, Lincoln, Oliver, Ansel, and Phoebe, and Will, who represented Viroqua. And one of those students, Ansel, is actually going to be competing at state math counts in March.
We had the speech contest earlier this month as well, where we had a number of students participate and do very, very well. A new thing this year that Dan Brown is heading up, and huge shout out to him. We've got 8th graders that are participating in powerlifting and placing. So 8th graders competing at the JV level in high school who are placing. So some really cool outcomes that way, getting them into the gym and working out and doing a really nice job there too. Not exactly like school related, but it should be noted just because we've got some awesome middle school athletes that participate in this. We had both the boys and girls hockey groups that competed at state as well and did really, really well. So we've got some really cool outcomes there. We have coming up here our 6 through 8 Battle of the Books on February 26th. 4th, 5th, and E2 Battle of the Books, that will be March 3rd, and the 4 through 8 Spelling Bee, that will be March 6th. So a lot of things coming up here as far as some of the other like gifted and talented activities that are happening. Thank you, Christopher, helping out with a number of the things that I mentioned here. As Jason mentioned, we also had Cabin Fever Week for middle school. It's not as involved. They're not getting off campus doing all those events. We did have 8th grade go and do some ice skating as part of Cabin Fever Week, but most of it is the dress up days and doing a lot of fun activities. As far as other celebrations, I think it was last time, I mentioned that we are absolutely crushing our goal of the percentage of students that are reporting having at least one adult that they feel like they can talk to at school. The goal was 70%, we're at 90%. So not 100 yet, right? But some huge growth there. And all 4 of our goals that we have for the middle school. So increasing the percentage of students that feel like they belong, increasing or having all groups in the middle school and subgroups have a standard growth percentile of 50 or higher, and increasing the number of students that are proficient, or the percent of students that are proficient or higher in math and reading by 5%. We are projected from our winter screening scores and surveys to meet all of those goals this year. So super awesome work that our staff is doing that I can only take this much credit for. So a huge shout out to our staff, all of our staff that make all of those things happen. Questions for me?
That is good information.
Yeah, right.
That is awesome. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, thank you.
Next, we have board report. VAMS update. Kim?
Yep, the couple things going on with VAMS. First of all, they've put together an ad hoc committee for outdoor learning space and have different groups working in conjunction with school staff to try and determine what they'd like in the outdoor space, where they would like that space to be, and the options they have for that. So that's exciting. And even though VAMS is doing the initial work, it'll be open for all students once they get an outdoor learning space set up. The governance council is also looking at going to Milwaukee to visit their Montessori school and to see one of their governance committee meetings. And they are looking at increasing enrollment caps to reduce or avoid having waiting lists for Montessori, which of course all that helps our overall school attendance. So they're looking at that. So they're very busy. So.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you for attending those meetings and giving us a report. Laurel High School update, Sarah?
Feel like I'm a broken record. The January meeting was canceled. They are meeting this coming Monday night. So, boy, I hope I have something that's.
You'll have to have it.
Thank you for that. 26th WASB convention update was held January 21st through the 23rd in Milwaukee. Dana, Matt, Sarah, and Jeremy attended. I was supposed to attend and got sick, so I apologize for that. Dana, we'll start with you. Would you like to share some highlights of your experience in Milwaukee?
Yeah, sure, I can do that. I attended a few different sessions, specifically some information about transparency through data. I think we align very well with what they were discussing. And I felt, yeah, that we are doing very well in regards to what they were discussing. One of the sessions I attended was Who's Telling Your Story? Real Strategies for Real Connection. I really enjoyed that one. They shared, there was a school at Hortonville with telling the stories of through the students, through staff, even parents of the school district, athletes, again, using social media, using their website, lots of different ideas as to how they are utilizing those types of media to essentially tell their stories about their school. And as we all know, we need to kind of start marketing our schools and keeping the kids in the public schools. So I did enjoy that and look forward to sharing some of that information with the rest of the board at some point. And I did enjoy the keynote speakers. I believe Jeremy spoke regarding the Anne Marie Anderson speaker. I really enjoyed her story regarding, I believe, yeah, what was she, a speaker for, remind me again, Jeremy?
Yeah, she's a producer with ESPN.
So that was really fun to hear her talk. And then again, telling about her kid and the struggles that he had and how he became, he overcome those challenges he had. So, and then there was also the Mickey Smith Jr., the saxophone, right? He played saxophone. So he had a good story to tell. And then just overall good networking opportunities that we had. And yeah, another cold convention. So
Always the coldest week.
certainly cold, and it was very windy. So
I don't think it's ever not been.
yep,
I've been on board.
fun to hang out with all the members. So
Thank you, Dana. Thanks for your time and willingness to attend. Matt?
Yeah, this would have been my 5th convention, I think. And I think it really lived up to past years. So
Good thing or a bad thing?
it's a thing. So there was a lot of shift. There's more of a shift this year in transparency, talking about transparency and looking at, how do you communicate, how do you deliver, how do you work through a lot of change and managing change and things like that. Those were most of the things that I attended. Also AI and how it's being used, how do you capture it, how do you check for it, and just where is it relevant? Because it's just part of our life now, and how is it, how do you control it? And taking a look at some of those things. So those were interesting, and I'm getting really good at avoiding the ones that are commercials where businesses are selling something and using school districts to market for them. So, yeah. It was good. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you also for attending and taking the time to do that. Sarah?
My first convention, it was the best one ever. Dana talked about Mickey Smith Jr. and I so enjoyed his keynote presentation. His motto was just keep going, talked about how he uses that every day in his classroom, and he's also a Grammy Award winning for his music in the classroom. I think, wasn't that it, Dana? Is that what the Grammy was for, the music in his classroom? Yeah, she's on.
She said yes.
I think my main task there was to be the WASB delegate for this school district. What that means is that the school districts can submit items, resolutions, I guess resolutions for things that they would like the WASB to work on legislatures about. So those are only recommendations. We had those recommendations. The board gave me guidance on how to vote. I studied those and was surprised when it came to the convention how different school districts took different viewpoints on items. Changed my mind on one in particular, and yeah, and again, they are just recommendations, but there were some good things. We're looking at it to the WASB to lobby about, yes.
How long were you in there, Sarah?
He was only in there for like 2
What did you say to her when she came out?
So you're saying that's not a very long time?
Not a very long.
That is not a long time. She got so lucky.
That's good.
Um,
Good experience.
It was big too.
But I think it's a really good thing to attend, especially on the front end of being on a board, because you do learn a lot about other districts and bigger districts and smaller districts and different
Yeah,
districts
urban,
around the
rural,
state.
yeah.
And you can see how our legislators struggles with making decisions because how they affect different places and different students in different districts. So, but some can be quite lengthy. And
I've heard.
And I'm glad
Yeah.
that it wasn't, and it should be easy to get your point across, without it being 4 or 5 hours.
They did a very nice job of moving it along and keeping it organized.
Good. What did you change your mind about?
School lunch, the school lunch one, there was one proposing about funding of school lunches, and I thought I had my mind made up, and then I listened and learned and decided I didn't.
Okay, yes, fair enough. Great. Thank you also for attending, and once again, I'm very sorry because the collaboration of the board is also a big piece of that, and I missed out, so thank you. WSB legislative update. The only thing that I've gathered is there's some discussion about AI out there. And I know I have spoken to Jeremy about some possible policy that the board might review or look towards into the future, because it is becoming a topic that we need to address in a possible policy format.
It's gonna be impossible to do that. You should, I would imagine, shortly.
Yeah.
There are school districts that have set up policy and done a nice job with it, and they've been working on it for years, because I went to a meeting last year about it and the year before that about it. And so it exists. We don't need to reinvent the wheel perhaps, but fit it more towards our expectations in our district. So I look forward to seeing a little bit more about that. It is part of our world.
It's moving so fast, it's gonna be extremely difficult to make policy around AI.
But it has been done, and I think that you can't just let it go rogue, or bad things can happen, just like with the others.
It's kind of the Wild West.
Western has policies, right?
Yes, we
Did you
do.
work on those when
Yeah.
you were on the board?
I did.
I can't quote them, but I know we.
We have
know they're
them,
out there.
and part of it's ethical ideas, and just how you use it, when to use it, when it's appropriate, when it's not appropriate, and obviously that's all changing a little bit, but there's still components of it that you need to make sure that we're doing the right thing. And we have minors, so that makes it look a little bit different too, and parental permission, and there's a lot of pieces to that puzzle. But I'm certain our district will do a very good job of that. Other than that, we do have a governor's race going on this year, so that topic will be something that we'll all be looking into as far as how that might affect our school district as well. With that, I have nothing else, and I want to thank all of you. The presentations were fantastic, and all of the information that was shared that everyone is doing is so much appreciated by everybody in this room. So thank you all for doing everything that you do every day for our students and our families and our community. And with that, a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.